So it's not just like get on there, record yourself saying something. There's so many other things that you can do with it. So the possibilities are pretty endless, depending on your creativity and like what you can think of as far as like building up on stuff that's already created. Hi, I'm Dania Clark from Richardson Independent School District, and we use Extempore. I think we piloted the Extempore last year. So I was able to do it with a small group of students. I used it with my upper level students, so those would be my 8th grade AP Spanish students. It worked really well in the way that it was so user-friendly. I mean, I did it, I think it was a short class that day, so I didn't really have enough time to do a full lesson. So I thought it was a perfect time to go ahead and use Extempore. And unlike the language lab that we had previously, which took maybe about a whole almost hour and a half to get all the glitches worked out, Extempore was really easy for them to use. And they logged in to the program, and they were able to use it right away. So I think that initially helped with their comfort level using the program, and they were really easy. It was very easy for them to learn how each of the components of Extempore worked. So one of the things I think all teachers face is having all students work together in a classroom, people that don't know each other. And I really like the part of Extempore where they can like go ahead and just talk. They're just randomly paired with somebody else in the classroom. So there's not that buildup of like, oh, I'm going to be working with so-and-so and I don't know them. They just are in a setting all of a sudden where they are talking to someone. And I think by then they're just so focused on speaking the language, being able to use the language and practice it, that who they're speaking with is no longer a component of, or no longer plays part of their nervousness. You know, they're more focused on the actual material rather than who they're working with. So it makes it just easier for them. The more they use it, the more comfortable they get with just working with any other peer in the classroom. Before, it's always been kind of a forced situation, like they come in and they have to greet me, or you know, we do our questions at the beginning. We have about 10 questions that they have to answer every day when we start class. That's like our warm-up, like how are you, what's the weather like, how old are you, you know, just I mix it up. What do you like to do? What don't you like to do? So, but with Extempore, the more we use it, the more I'm seeing that students feel more comfortable using just even like small phrases, just spontaneously. It's no longer like a forced situation or a situation where like they're like, okay, well, this is part of our warm-up, I need to go ahead and participate. They're just trying to experiment with the language on their own. They see it because it pairs up with our Google Classroom, you know, very easily. So it's just very easy for me to create the Extempore exercise first and then add any other materials to support the students. So once they see it, like it's not a dread, like it's not anything that they are not looking forward to. Like it's just part of our routine. It's just something that we do all day. So they've gotten used to. It was something that we introduced to them the first couple of weeks of school, and it's just kind of seamlessly aligned with what we do in class. It just gives them a lot of ways to use it. I remember that whenever we first started testing out the program, you spoke to us and you showed us some ways of using it. So there's so many things that you can do with it. I am trying to be more creative and I've joined some of the Extempore Facebook group. So there's a lot of like, you know, a supplemental or additional material that you can get from using Extempore. I love the comments. So you don't have to create everything from scratch. Again, you have the teacher group on Facebook. So there's different platforms that give you all them, like, a lot of material to use, and you can build up from that. You can tailor it to your needs. So it's not like you're just starting with a blank slate. And the more that you get involved with, like, the group on Facebook, looking at the comments, the more you see all the features. That's the word that I was looking for. All the features that Extempore has to help you be able to have your kids practice the language. So it's not just like get on there, record yourself saying something. There's so many other things that you can do with it. So the possibilities are pretty endless, depending on your creativity and like what you can think of as far as like building up on stuff that's already created.